video game world, there's many moving parts involved in creating a great game. Very few studios manage to get everything right, and even fewer are able to sustain it. A big factor in what some might consider to make a great game is the graphics. Many titles capture people's attention by offering the latest and greatest in that department. However, as we all know, graphics are only one piece of the puzzle, and I would argue is not the main reason a game might be enjoyable. Many of the greatest video games in history do not have top-of-the-line graphics. One of the most underrated elements in what makes a great game is unique design the developers spent countless hours working and improving. In the Battle Royale genre, games like Fortnite allow you to build structures. In Apex Legends, you have unique skills on each character that impact your playstyle. In Call of Duty Warzone, one of the most unique and innovative pieces of design is the Gulag. The concept is pretty straightforward. When you die for the first time and don't get revived, you get sent to the Gulag for a chance to come back into the game. The way to do so is by beating your opponent in a 1v1 situation. Both opponents are given the same random weapon, an explosive and a flashbang. After a certain amount of time, the center of the Gulag becomes a capturable objective, with the first person to stand on it for a fairly short amount of time securing the victory. Another element is that while you're waiting for an opponent, you're able to spectate the battle in real time. This means that if you end up in the Gulag with a teammate, they're able to call out the coordinates of your opponent and even throw rocks at them to distract and cause slight damage. It's a do-or-die 1v1 situation, which is a nice contrast to the generally team-oriented style of fighting that happens outside of the Gulag walls. But the Gulag is more than that. It offers several strategic possibilities. You can come back to your team who may still be fighting a battle on the field, or you can go to a different part of the map to try and acquire cash, the only other way of bringing back players who have already fought or lost in the Gulag. The Gulag offers a second chance at winning the game, which also means it extends the time spent playing, but it doesn't feel like it drags on the game too long. The Gulag closes about 20 minutes into the game, depending on the mode you're playing, allowing the game to come to a natural end within 10 to 15 minutes as the final circle closes. Since the Gulag allows for a second life, teams can be more aggressive from the very beginning. You're not as worried about dying as it may not handicap your team. It's still obviously not ideal to die, as you would have to recollect your items or find new ones, but the reality of a game like Warzone is that you're likely to die at some point, no matter how good you are. The Gulag means the game is not over until you and every single member of your team has died twice. You may be the sole member of your squad to survive and be tasked with buying back your team, or trying to win the game, both of which make for a very satisfying feeling, especially if you manage to clutch out a victory in the end. The Gulag gives you something fun to do if you die, as opposed to helplessly spectating like in other games, and also has a reasonable impact on the game itself. Not everybody loves the Gulag, however, especially after recent changes that brought automatic weapons to replace crappy pistols and shotguns. While I find myself winning more Gulags since the change, I do miss fighting it out with weapons that I likely wouldn't be using on the battlefield. Despite that, I still really enjoy it, as the Gulag is a great, simple, and most importantly, unique concept that completely changes the dynamic of Warzone, making it a great piece of game design. More studios should be looking at it to see what kind of Gulag-esque concept they can implement in their games. Hey there, thank you for checking out the video. If you liked it, please hit the like button. And if you want more videos, I do make them every Tuesday and put them out here. So make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.